Quick take time. Quick take time. All right. GR, let's go to you fast. You're really excited about Austin Butler, aren't you? I know you are. You're loving his love life. You're a big Elvis fan. It's Elvis's birthday today. Are you upset that Elvis lost his girlfriend or what?
Well, I thought he was a smarter guy than that. You're married to a woman worth $100 billion or something, and yeah, she's 10 years younger.
Are they married?
That, of course, doesn't play in. Yeah, been married for years.
Oh, I didn't know they were married. I thought they were just dating. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not. Oh,
but
wait, no, they're
I mean, I'd stay married to Megan Markle if she was worth that kind of money.
Of course,
he probably had to sign a prenup. That was like, I don't think
they're married. I don't think they were married. They were just dating for 3 years.
Yeah, I thought they were just dating. Yeah, because she's like super. I think she's quite young.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, why do they say they're getting divorced?
Well,
I don't know. Maybe there's a little error.
You don't get divorced unless you're married. I mean, I'm gonna be old. I ain't that stupid.
Well, GR, I know you're very excited about that whole love life relationship right there, aren't you, GR? You're as excited about that as you are as Meghan Markle. And I know that Angela's super excited about Meghan Markle as well, aren't you? You love this. You're going to be checking out that Netflix special right away. Is she out of touch? I know GR will say yes, but how do you feel? Is Meghan Markle out of touch, Angela?
I mean, I think so. I think she's just scrambling at whatever she can. I mean, I don't want to. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like she probably is. I mean, it's like she's kind of grasping at straws to get like back into the limelight. How can she get there? Because she thought she'd be this like British aristocrat, right? With her, actually, I heard too that rumor has it that she will, but that will be taken away because. I'm sorry, but like once you walk out and you're not a royal, you're not acting as a royal and doing royal duties, you shouldn't even have a title anymore. So that's kind of been the argument. Apparently his dad apparently is having at Balmoral. There's like this like meeting of the minds that happens at Balmoral. And like they're going to like basically I think take away for sure her title and maybe her kids because they're not going to be most likely they wouldn't be acting. They won't be, because they wanted out of that whole lifestyle. So they wanted to come here. She wanted to, be American again and all this stuff. And then like get back into the whole, like, wanted and demanded to work with like top A-list actors. Like she made all these proclamations and demands about what she wanted and working with like, what was it? Ari, what's his name? From CAA.
Ari Gold?
Yeah, like she was like got with him. They did the whole like their Netflix special, which they did. She did her Netflix special, right? And so now it's like okay, like she's trying to figure out how do I become relevant again, right? In some way, shape, or form. So let's just have a like little lifestyle show, like or whatever this is, And I think it's kind of like it just doesn't really. Based on, I think, what she's been about is like humanitarian work, like her and Harry and stuff. Like it would make sense if she was doing something more in line with that versus like, this is how you bake a pancake with, Mindy
Here's
Killing.
My new beagle. Here's my new beagle.
Yeah, like I'm trying to be the new age beagles. Martha. I'm trying to be the new age Martha Stewart. Like, no offense, but like, I don't know. We don't.
But will it do well, Angela? But will it do well? That's the question. Are people going to watch it? Because I know we brought it up. I think it was.
I honestly don't really think so. I think people would watch. Like, I think it's supposed to be 30. It's airing on the 15th of this month. And then it'll be 33 minute. Yeah, next week. Like I think it's like 33-minute episodes or something. But I feel like people might just watch out of just like, let's just see maybe what this is, or even the trailer. I think is kind of like, like or just her, the sizzle for the show is kind of whatever. But
oh shit, Queen!
What did she say?
Queen says they'll probably feed her a poison apple.
They might. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, she is not. I was there covering this stuff in the UK when they were like, from when they got married to post. I mean, it's like her. I mean, she is not liked. Like people hate her there. They just
GR loves her too. GR loves her.
It's just not. I mean, I'm just stating what I've heard
so
and
much,
so many
I'll
people.
Give her the apple.
They think that she's the biggest social climber. She claims she never knew who Harry was when she met him, and like
horseshit.
I know who had like linked them up. Like it was a mutual friend that was on the set of that was like she worked for like Ralph Lauren or whatever, and she set them up basically when she was over there with like what's her face, Serena Williams, and they were traveling and doing a girls trip, but like. The way that they met and how private it was, and he was the most eligible bachelor in the UK and pretty much like anywhere in the world. I mean, it kind of has to come on.
So are you saying
she knew who he was?
Are you saying people in England, they've never liked Meghan Markle, or they don't like her now that she's removed herself from the role?
No, I mean, it was like there was always they just don't. I mean, they're very.
I love it, Nick.
I mean, there's a skeptical, with you're an American coming into their like society and culture, and the English are very proud people, and they're very like private, and it's kind of like you're coming into their territory, and it's a little like, they're a little like standoffish a bit. I think, and with her, it was definitely that vibe for a while. I think she kind of came off as originally like they liked her and they liked her energy. And then I think when they felt like there was, she seems to be like overstepping royal family. Like they're very pro, monarchy over there and very pro, like, everybody in the royal family. So when they thought she was getting a little too ahead of herself and the comments that were coming out and the staff that was talking. Now, I believe some of the things that she said went on too, like based on, when I was reporting and doing all this stuff that I know, but I don't think it was easy for her. I don't think it's easy for anyone in that family. It's obviously an entirely separate, a completely different lifestyle than any of us would know. And it is, I mean, I don't know, but I think when you already have people against you, from the get-go, it's going to make it really difficult to move forward. And so I don't know. I mean, just I think she thought it would be a certain way. Like, I think she thought that lifestyle would go like be a certain way for her, and she'd kind of be like this new Diana, type. Oh. And I think that just blew up in her face. And I mean, they came back stateside, and I think now they've both been sort of scrambling with the fact that there's, they don't really have, a ton of money. They started the foundation for like their son, basically their foundation that's for everything. That's the production company doing this. They had to sign deals with Netflix.
Angela. Everybody says them a hard time though. They don't leave them alone. They're like, oh well, we hate them so much. There's and she seems to have the toxic fan base, and
I think it's just because
they want to hate me.
Like, I don't know if it's that. I don't think it's like hate. I think it's like just dislike because of her and like her vibe and the way. I mean, she was talked about a lot by people, and she
disrespected the Queen. That's what it comes down to.
Well,
her attitude disrespected the Queen and the royal family, and the British people said, "Fuck you, get out of our country." And that's why they came back. People didn't want them there.
No, I mean her safety was generally at risk, like being there. So I mean, it was not a situation. I think that was, it wouldn't have. They needed to figure something out and get out of Dodge, but
Is there any chance at redemption for her? Any at all? What could she do?
I think, no, that ship sailed.
Mm-mm. And I think there's all these rumors too about them divorcing and then they're going to break up. They're
not divorcing, but I mean, the father, King Charles, wants to strip her of her title, because if you're not going to be doing anything, there's no reason to have that title or anything that comes along with it. So I agree with that, actually. I think if that's a decision that happens, I think that's completely fine. I don't think that you need a title when you're not actually you have nothing to do with the royal family. Princess Diana is like your kid's grandmother, or whatever, I guess, which is great. Good for you having that in your bloodline. But apart from that, I mean, I think it's kind of like Meghan was always she said it growing up, like she just wanted to be famous. So she definitely did what she had to do to get there.
She's definitely famous, Angela. Definitely famous.
No, she's famous, but she's kind of just like, but she's sort of like, at the same time, I mean, I don't want to be a jerk necessarily, but it's like, I wouldn't really watch anything that she was in Suits, and I actually like Suits, and she was pretty decent in Suits. But that was kind of like obviously all this other, royal family stuff. So, but, I think she could be an okay actress, just the snobbery and the snootiness and stuff and the like social climbing and crap. I just don't like, no, it doesn't work.
Okay, Angela,
that.
I'm sniffing. I likes.
Sorry. I mean, I like, best of luck. I hope that you do well with your baking and cooking show and planting, and I just don't think many people are going to care. I think it's going to flop. So
who's excited about it, right, Pepe? You're excited about it, aren't you, man?
Fuck you.
Hey,
show us how to make I don't know, maybe something.
I bet you can't even make a Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask her to make an English breakfast.
I mean, we'll see. I think that the hate's not going to stop. I'm interested to see how this show does. I get what you're saying, Angela. There's so much people are going after her. She had to she wasn't, there was her in the UK wasn't working. They came here, they sat in that documentary, they're fearing for their lives. I think a lot of people are just upset about her, and and she's trying to act like everything's great. Everything's great.
And I agree. Yeah.
Won't take that. They won't take that.
I had a friend that went to college with them at St. Andrews, and not I'm talking about Prince William and Kate,
Prince Ali.
And I mean, even her. I mean, everybody. I mean, she was after him at college. She was just. The mom was on the hunt, behind the scenes, doing whatever she could to kind of get her daughter to be kind of near and around him, figuring out whatever she had to. And Kate would position herself at college to be near him, doing being in the same classes or switching classes, I guess, to be with him. So it was a bit okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess she was attractive and, obviously caught his eye and everything, but I definitely heard a lot of stories that were
trying to get.
I mean, she was a
royal.
Yeah, she was a chaser. They wanted that royal money, that royal blood. So
those royal teeth, too. The royal teeth are the best in the UK. That's all I'm saying.
But she fits the mold. I mean, she shuts her mouth. Kate zips her lips. Probably doesn't put up much of an argument. She just kind of goes with it. Oh yeah, you want me to wear some Alexander McQueen? Okay, great, sure, yeah, awesome. You want me to have another baby? Excellent. That was hell, but I'll do it 3 times over for you.
I told GR that all the time. We're that too.
What? The
Alexander
McQueen, yeah, that's every outfit she wears and all the British designers, which is great, but
yeah.
I thought
she's the epitome of what they need to have there,
I agree. I mean, I'm just excited about to see how this actually does. I'm interested. That's all I'm interested in. I'm going to see how it does.
Do you want to have
interested in that? I'm not as interested in that, Angela, as in Spaceballs. I know Trevor's excited about Spaceballs too. Not to switch over to the Trevor man over here, but Spaceballs, Spaceballs.
Megan's going to be in there.
Up one more time. Megan will be the vacuum woman. She'll be holding the vacuuming up the eat those or the atmosphere. Woo!
Megan will be
Harry clinging on to it, it's okay, I love you still. It'll be sucked into the vacuum, and GR will be laughing.
They get blown out in Africa.
GR standing ovation. GR in the theater, standing ovation. But Trevor, okay, let's talk about this quickly because again, Mel Brooks says he's disconnected from Star Wars, doesn't know it anymore. And on top of that, too, you got Josh Gad, who I don't, Jonathan doesn't know him, but he's in a lot of different projects. He's always like that kind of sidekick character. He's in a lot of things. He's funny. I could see him playing maybe Barf's son in this, maybe. I don't know. But are you excited about this movie at all? And Glenn Powell could be what's his name?
Megan plays Barf, no.
Yeah.
Megan.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, my hot takes, I feel like we're 20 to 25 years late for Spaceballs 2. It should have come out alongside the prequels. And, we should have had Spaceballs 3 5 years ago when the Disney trilogy was wrapping up. I am a huge Mel Brooks fan. I love Mel Brooks and his movies so much. The man's almost 100 years old, though. And I'm not sold on Josh Gad or in like History of the World Part 2, I didn't think was very good. So I don't know what we're doing with Mel Brooks's legacy at this point, and it doesn't seem like, I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna see Spaceballs 2. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to, but I'm not super optimistic about it. Yeah, like Queen Glamazon says right there, like, this is the thing that I say all the time. I'm just like, we should just make something new. But and like, we're just mired in like reboots and like late sequels. And like, I mean, I know we're going to talk about more of that coming up here also.
It's true. It never ends. It never ends.
It never ends. That's the thing. Like, we're on here 3 times a week and we're like, oh, all these sequels and reboots. Well, it's what we got to work with, so that's what we're working with. But I don't know. I mean, like, I definitely feel like there is like a lot that they can do with Spaceballs 2. They've got a lot of material to work with.
So much material. They
do. I just I don't have a lot of faith in the people that are working on it, I guess, frankly. So we'll see.
You see, like,
I could be entirely wrong.
You're saying Mel Brooks is like 100. You're saying too. Do you think it's one of those things that people are taking advantage of him, maybe, and they're just like getting his franchises and doing something with it, and they're kind of attaching into this? Do you think he's still going to be as involved?
It's possible. I mean, like, Mel Brooks, as far as I know, has never stopped working. Like, he is, like, through all of the decades, there's never been a point where he's even considered himself retired. Like, he's, like, he stopped directing in the early 90s, but like, he's always working on something. So, I mean, I feel like he is the kind of guy who's just going to keep working until he dies. So as far as like how much he's able to be involved, I don't know. I unfortunately never met Mel Brooks. When I moved to LA 6 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm in LA. I've got to meet Mel Brooks before he dies. But then a pandemic happened and I never got to meet him. So
that's all downhill.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I just don't know. I also love High Anxiety. Thanks for bringing that up in the comments there, everybody. But yeah, maybe. Otherwise, I mean, like, if it's not going to be, like, if Mel Brooks isn't going to be super involved, if he's not going to be very hands-on with it, then why don't we just do a different Star Wars parody? Why does it have to be Spaceballs? You know, like, just do Josh Gad's Star Wars parody, you know? It can be a different parody. It's just, I don't know, I guess parody films
just
aren't really
totally
popular
something
anymore.
completely new. Like,
right.
Not even from like how about just like a new like a face, like just a fresh new person altogether. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I would love that. Nobody likes new,
but
though.
it won't happen.
New.
So
new. New.
I don't know.
One can hope.
Like Glenn Powell, and he's pretty new. So,
but don't make Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, like
making like. What was it?
We'll make Twisters
Paxton.
again.
Not Paxton. Bill Pullman. I can see them making him like Bill Pullman's kid or something like that and that shit. I'm like, I don't want to be Bill Pullman's kid. What's his name? Star-Lord? Is it Star-Lord in it? Yeah. Right?
No,
Star-Lord's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Lone Star.
Lone Star. He'll be like Lone Star's kid or something like that. I could see them doing that. Let's just not force Glenn Powell like he's Timothy Chalamet and everything. Let's just not do it, please. Let's
he just doesn't have the acting chops. He just doesn't. He's kind of like that dude in school. He's just like the popular jock guy, you know.
Like
he's
Jonathan,
got that like.
Yeah.
He's kind of got like. What's his vibe?
Jonathan's like no. But Jonathan. He's everywhere, John. I know you don't know who he is.
He's a hot Ted Koppel.
I said he was a Muppet. Did I say Muppet or Pinata? He's a Pinata Ted Koppel.
Oh boy.
He's a strong, robust.
He's not as popular though. He's not as popular as Tom Holland, which I know. I was talking to Jonathan today. He's super stoked about Tom Holland popping that question, aren't you?
I think it's wonderful. I really do. You know, we don't have monarchs in this country, but the closest we get here, I think, is our Hollywood celebrities. Those are our royals. And when you pay attention to some of the things happening in the news that we've talked about here, the Diddy stuff, all of this scandal, right? I think it's about time we have a celebrity couple that really is positive and understands, and hopefully they do, that they kind of have a responsibility. I mean, a lot of young people look up to them and are paying attention. They're watching. It's time to show that, there's a way to treat your spouse or your partner or your whatever. What do you call it when you're engaged? Fiance. There's a way to treat them with
Those
respect.
big words are hard.
I'm just saying. I think they have a responsibility to set a good example, and we need that now more than ever.
That's going to happen. I can see it.
I hope so. I mean, there were a few crazy things, I'd call it crazy, that happened. Like long before the engagement, did you know they got each other's initials tattooed on their bodies? Did you know that?
I didn't even know that. No.
Yeah. Zendaya.
That falls under the heading of Dilligaff.
Well, it falls under the heading of, are you sure? Are you sure?
I mean, still young.
Well, when the divorce happens, then you got to get it blacked out.
Well, I don't know, because Zendaya got a small T, I believe, like under her armpit, which is odd. And
that tells you how much you believe in it.
Tom got a Z on his rib cage, which,
rib cage, that hurts, doesn't it?
Maybe they have a weird fetish thing. Maybe she rubs her armpit on his rib cage. Like,
round of applause for that. Round of applause for that.
Somebody give me your rib cage.
Hold on.
Maybe they're just some really weird kinky shit. Okay, like where she's rubbing.
I don't want to know that. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you do, GR.
No, Angela, I can't unsee that. I mean.
I don't know, man. This smells pretty funky to me.
I mean, let's get a little raw and uncensored here, okay? That's what people want to see.
I feel like that's
We're being too polite.
They just went a little too far there. I think look, it's their lives. Do what you want. But here's the other thing. A 5.02 carat diamond ring by, I guess, a popular designer named Jessica McCormick. I guess if they mention who that is in a news story, I guess she's a celebrity designer or whatever. Maybe that is their equivalent of, like, I don't care about the ring. Any ring is fine. It could be a rubber band or something, as long as it's an engagement. Because I feel like when you're Tom Holland, like I said, $25,000 is not. I mean, I know people who are accountants or lawyers or doctors who buy their fiancés rings or jewelry that cost more than that. So I think it's kind of sweet.
5 carats is a good size ring.
Yeah, maybe I think it's an eco-friendly diamond, because I was looking at those and they're literally like 15 to 20K for about a 5 carat. So maybe he went, eco-friendly diamond, and that's all great too.
Yeah,
bring in the eco-friendly diamonds.
I think it's sweet that they got engaged in a private place. It was one of Zendaya's family's homes. They didn't do it the way a lot of big Hollywood, like a Megan Markle might try to do it. Or
like Travis Barker and the Kardashian, like with 75 million roses on the beach and like a big heart and people jumping on top of each other, and
because
people, they're like jumping on each other on the beach, and
it seems like they actually did this for themselves, for each other, not for attention. I can respect that. I respect that so much. In fact, I'd like to, if I may, share.
No,
don't propose to me, Jonathan. Don't do it. Don't do it, Jonathan.
No. I have a poem. Perhaps you have some love-themed instrumental music to play underneath this.
God.
Is this a sonnet by William Shakespeare?
I have any love themes. I can give you. I give you the best love theme we have. You ready for it?
Yes.
Exciting
I'm gonna give you the poem.
I don't think the poem gives me a head.
The poem is called "The Proposal," a superhero saga.
Okay, Jonathan, you're done.
Story time. Yeah, you're cut.
Then y'all are missing out because I got a good one.
Well,
you know what? Maybe at the end.
Maybe at the end. Don't give me that.
Maybe at the end. We're waiting for these. These are called not so quick takes tonight. We're trying quick takes. Not so quick, but quick enough. Jonathan, great quick takes.
So what about Megan? I'm just kidding.
But I will say we do have a winner of hot takes, everybody. We have a winner of hot takes. And Queen, yeah, Spider-Man is happening. Spider-Man 4 is in development. They start shooting next summer. I know I saw William Buck Rogers say that too. Spider-Man 4 is happening. We'll have to find out where that goes.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.